If you're a pet owner, you know that feeling, that sinking in your stomach when you see that first tiny dark speck jump. Yep, fleas. They are an absolute nightmare. But what if the real fight isn't on your carpets, but right outside on your lawn? Well, today we are building your ultimate strategic yard defense plan. So, how are we going to do this? Here's our 5-part battle plan. First, we're going to get to know the enemy. Then, we'll map out the battleground itself, your yard. After that, we'll cover the crucial prep work, pick the right weapons for the job, and finally, lock in a defense strategy to make sure they never, ever come back. Okay, first things first, we have to understand what we're really up against. Because with fleas, the itching and the annoyance, that's honestly just the tip of the iceberg. The real danger is what you can't see. I mean, really think about it. When you see a flea, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably just, annoying, right? Itchiness, frustration, that's what most of us think. But the truth is, it's a whole lot more serious than that. Now, this might sound like something straight out of a medieval history book, but it is a modern-day fact. Fleas can carry the actual bacteria that cause diseases like the plague and typhus. So they aren't just pests. They are a genuine health risk, especially for your kids and your pets who are playing closest to the ground where these things thrive. So, if the threat is that real, where do we even begin the fight? Now, most people would start spraying inside the house, but believe it or not, that's kind of like starting a losing battle. The real war begins right here, in your yard. This is your first line of defense. Think about it this way. Your house is a castle. That makes your yard the moat and the outer wall. Almost every single flea that makes it inside your home had to cross that perimeter first. So, if you can secure the outside, the inside becomes so much safer. Okay, so we've identified the battleground, but you don't just charge into battle without getting ready, right? This next part is all about preparation. You can think of it as your mission briefing, and when you're dealing with chemicals, these steps are absolutely non-negotiable. This here is your critical safety checklist. It's simple, but you can't skip a single step. Number 1, read the label. I know, but every product is different. Number 2, gear up. We're talking gloves, maybe goggles. Number 3, get everybody out of the area, kids, pets, everyone. And number 4, keep them out until the label says it's totally safe to go back. It's really that simple and really that important. You know, let's just tackle a huge myth I hear all the time. So many people think, my house is spotless. There's just no way I could get fleas. And I get it, but if you believe that, you're basically leaving your front door wide open for an invasion. Here's the hard truth. Fleas could not care less how often you vacuum. They are expert hitchhikers. They will grab a ride on your pant leg, on your dog, or even on a squirrel that's just passing through. And don't think winter is your safe zone either. Their eggs can just lie dormant in the soil, waiting for things to warm up. This is a year-round fight. All right, prep is done. It is time to choose our weapons. This brings us to the arsenal, choosing your flea killer, because the right tool for the job really depends on your specific situation. You've basically got 2 main philosophies here. The chemical approach, that's all about offense. It kills the adult fleas on contact, and this is key, it messes up their life cycle so eggs and larvae can't develop. That's your long-term control. Then there's the natural approach, which is more like defense. It uses scents from essential oils to repel fleas, basically making your yard a place they want nothing to do with. So it's kill versus repel. Let's see how this plays out with a few popular options. On the chemical side, you've got something like Black Flag. Kills them and stops the life cycle. Then, over in the natural corner, you have repellents like Vet's Best or Wondercide, which are generally safer to use right away. But look at that last one, Control Solutions. Super effective, but notice that key feature, not pet safe. You see? There's always a trade-off you have to think about, usually between raw power and safety. Now, if you're more of a DIY person, nature has some pretty cool tricks up her sleeve. You could use beneficial nematodes. These are like microscopic assassins that hunt down and destroy flea larvae right in the soil. Or there's diatomaceous earth. It's this natural powder made from fossils that basically dehydrates insects. And of course, you can always use repellent essential oils like cedarwood or lemongrass. But look, a single treatment, that's just one battle. If you want to win the war against fleas, you need a long-term strategy. And that brings us to our final mission, creating a permanent flea-free zone. This is your ongoing mission, and it's all about making your yard a place fleas hate. What does that mean? It means keeping your grass mowed, because fleas love hiding in tall grass.
It means getting rid of those leaf piles where they love to breed, and it absolutely means using a regular vet-approved flea treatment for your pets. Simple, routine maintenance is your absolute best long-term defense.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. You can do everything right. You can turn your yard into a fortress. But if you haven't addressed the number one way they get around, have you really solved the problem? Your yard is protected, but is your pet?